Imagine this scene for a moment. You're sitting in a comfortable chair, perfectly molded to your form. It's your favorite spot, the one you always gravitate towards when you need a moment to yourself. The room is quiet, almost unnervingly so. All external sounds have faded away, leaving you in a bubble of tranquility. Sunlight streams through the window, casting warm, inviting rays across the room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like tiny stars. There's no phone buzzing with notifications, no TV flickering with endless content, no podcast filling the air with voices and stories. Just you and the silence, a vast and seemingly empty space stretching out before you. It's just you, your thoughts, and the absence of distraction. A minute passes, each tick of the clock echoing in the stillness, then another and another, each one a small reminder of the passage of time. Restlessness creeps in, a subtle unease that begins to bubble beneath the surface. Something feels missing, a void that needs to be filled. This is boredom, raw and unfiltered, a state we often try to avoid at all costs. It's the feeling of having nothing to do, nowhere to go, and no immediate stimulation. A void we're conditioned to fill with constant activity, a relentless stream of information and entertainment designed to keep us from ever experiencing a moment of quiet contemplation. We see silence as wasted time, a luxury we can't afford in our fast-paced, productivity-obsessed world. We feel the pressure to constantly be doing something, achieving something, contributing something. We've forgotten how to simply be, to exist in the present moment without the need for external validation or constant stimulation, to listen to our own thoughts, to delve into the inner workings of our minds without the interference of outside voices. The discomfort isn't from the quiet itself, but from our own unease with stillness, our inability to sit with ourselves and confront our own thoughts and feelings. We equate busyness with value, believing that the more we do, the more important we are. And we equate empty moments with failure, fearing that if we're not constantly productive, we're somehow falling behind. So we scroll endlessly through social media feeds, we listen to podcasts and audiobooks, we consume vast amounts of information. Anything to avoid facing ourselves, to distract ourselves from the uncomfortable truths that might surface in the silence. But what if boredom is not a problem to be solved, but an invitation to be explored? What if the quiet is not an empty void, but a space full of potential, waiting to be unlocked? The challenge is to re-examine our relationship with boredom, to see it not as an enemy but as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. What are we really running from when we instinctively reach for our devices, seeking that instant hit of dopamine? Is it simply a fear of being unproductive, or is it a deeper fear of what we might find lurking in the stillness, the uncomfortable truths we've been avoiding? Maybe that feeling of discomfort is actually a signal, a sign that something important is about to begin, a new chapter waiting to be written. It's the quiet before the music begins to swell, the moment of anticipation before the first note is struck, the blank page before the first word is written, the potential for endless stories waiting to be told, the deep breath before the plunge into the unknown, the moment of courage before taking a leap of faith. This is the moment to choose, to continue down the well-worn path of distraction, or to embrace the unknown, turn away from the silence, seeking refuge in the familiar noise, or lean in and listen to what it has to say. In the silence, your real story starts, the one you've been waiting to tell yourself. In the quiet moments when the world fades away, what do you find? Our society wages war on boredom, a relentless battle against the stillness that threatens to engulf us. We're told to stay busy, to constantly be doing, achieving and consuming, to make every second count as if a moment unspent is a moment wasted. The pressure to optimize every minute weighs heavily on us. Stillness is equated with stagnation, a sign of inactivity and lack of progress. Silence with emptiness, a void to be filled at all costs. We fear the quiet because we fear what it might reveal. The fear of being alone with our thoughts is everywhere, a constant hum beneath the surface of our lives. Productivity is praised. It's the yardstick by which we measure our worth. Busyness is a badge of honor, a symbol of importance and success. We wear our packed schedules like medals. Our digital tools monetize every spare moment, turning idle time into an opportunity for engagement and consumption. Reinforcing the message to be bored is to be failing, a waste of potential and a sign of inadequacy. We fill every gap with noise, a constant stream of information and entertainment designed to keep us occupied, terrified of what we might hear in the silence, the uncomfortable truths that might surface when the distractions fade away. But in running from boredom, in our frantic pursuit of constant stimulation, we run from ourselves, from the very essence of who we are. We lose the ability to sit with discomfort, to tolerate the unease that comes with introspection, to reflect deeply, to examine our thoughts and feelings without judgment or distraction. We become spectators, passive observers of our own lives, trading meaning for distraction, substance for fleeting pleasure. The fear of emptiness drives us to fill our lives, to accumulate possessions and experiences in a desperate attempt to feel whole, with things that don't nourish us, with fleeting pleasures that leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. The silence feels deafening, a stark reminder of the void we're trying so hard to ignore, a reminder of what we're missing inside, the connection to ourselves that we've sacrificed in our pursuit of busyness. Yet the whispers in that silence, the subtle nudges of our intuition, are what we most need to hear, the guidance that can lead us back to ourselves. By avoiding boredom, by constantly seeking external stimulation, we neglect the parts of ourselves that need us most, the inner voice that yearns to be heard. We live with a constant hum of distraction, notifications, endless feeds, background noise. This hum promises connection but delivers only fragmentation. We're addicted to stimulation, not for joy but to avoid silence. Our brains are rewired for short attention, craving the next digital hit. We react instantly, leaving little space for deep thought. Algorithms keep us hooked not for our well-being but for engagement. We become strangers to our own minds, losing the rhythm of our thinking. The hum becomes normal but breeds restlessness and anxiety. To break free, we must notice the noise. Only then can we rediscover a quieter, deeper way of being. Doing nothing is an art we've forgotten. It's not laziness. It's intentional space for the mind to wander, being present without purpose, observing without analyzing. This lost skill requires patience and trust in the value of stillness. Generations before us had unstructured moments, long walks, quiet evenings, time to think. In those moments, ideas were born and problems untangled. We've traded fertile inactivity for constant engagement. Reclaiming this art is essential for our mental health. It's about being alone with our thoughts, not feeling lonely. The art of doing nothing is about subtraction, removing busyness to let something deeper grow. Sometimes the most productive thing is to do nothing at all. In stillness, we rediscover ourselves. We see boredom as a void, but it's actually a signal. It's not absence, it's presence, a message from within. Boredom tells us our current engagement isn't enough. Our minds crave meaning. It's a call to create, not just consume. When we're bored, our minds are ready for a new challenge. Boredom is a compass, pointing us toward growth. If we ignore it, we silence our inner guide. Reframe boredom as opportunity, not a problem. It's a sacred pause, a moment of transition. When boredom arises, greet it with curiosity. Ask, what is this feeling telling me? What am I ready for now? In listening, we open ourselves to breakthroughs and deeper understanding. Sitting with boredom creates fertile stillness. At first it feels empty, but soon the mind generates its own content. Creativity needs space and silence to flourish. In boredom, our brains enter a mode where ideas connect and intuition surfaces. The aha moments come in stillness, on walks, in the shower, staring out a window. Stillness is where deep reflection happens, where we process and make sense of life. The noise of modern life blocks this essential work. In quiet, we ask big questions and find real answers. Stillness is the birthplace of insight and possibility. By embracing boredom, we cultivate creativity and self-understanding. We become more fully ourselves. History's greatest minds cherished boredom. Einstein's theory of relativity began in daydreams, not in busyness. Steve Jobs found his best ideas on long, quiet walks. Artists and writers know boredom is a gateway to creativity. Neil Gaiman waits in silence until his mind creates stories to escape boredom. The discomfort is the catalyst, not the obstacle. These examples show us downtime is essential for genius. The mind needs rest and unstructured play to thrive. Boredom isn't a failure, it's the spark of imagination. Our obsession with productivity blocks our potential. The next great idea is born in silence, not in noise. Embracing boredom doesn't require a life overhaul, a complete transformation, or a dramatic shift in your daily routine. It's not about turning your world upside down. It's more subtle than that. It's about carving out small pockets of stillness each day, tiny moments, brief respites from the constant stimulation. These moments, though small, can have a profound impact. Try digital silence. Put your phone away for an hour, completely out of sight, out of mind. Resist the urge to check it, to scroll, to engage. Let the silence be your companion. Or take a day off social media. A complete detox from the endless stream of information and opinions. Give yourself permission to disconnect. Go for a walk without headphones or a destination. Just wander, explore, and observe. Let your feet guide you without the distraction of music or podcasts. Let the world be your soundtrack. The gentle rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the distant hum of the city. These are the sounds of life, often drowned out by our own noise. Notice details you usually miss. The intricate patterns on a flower petal, the rough texture of tree bark, the subtle architectural details of a building. Let your mind wander. Allow your thoughts to drift and meander without judgment or control. See where they take you. Keep a journal. When restlessness hits, write or doodle instead of reaching for a screen. Give your hands something to do, your mind something to focus on, without the addictive pull of technology. The blank page is a space for your thoughts, not a void. It's an opportunity to explore your inner world, to express yourself without judgment, to create something new. Or simply sit quietly for 5 minutes. No agenda, no meditation, just notice what happens. Observe your breath, your body, your thoughts, without trying to change anything. Observe your thoughts and the urge to fidget, the constant stream of mental chatter, the restless energy in your body. Acknowledge them but don't engage. This small practice teaches you to survive and even enjoy the quiet. It builds your tolerance for stillness, your ability to be present, your capacity for inner peace. Stillness is not empty, it's full of life, full of potential, full of creativity, full of connection. It's a fertile ground for new ideas and insights. These simple steps help reclaim the lost art of being, the ability to simply be present without the need for constant activity or stimulation. Start small and let the quiet grow. Like a seed planted in fertile ground, stillness will blossom and flourish if you give it the space and attention it needs. In these moments, you reconnect with yourself. You rediscover your inner resources, your innate wisdom, your true self. Stillness becomes a source of strength, a foundation of resilience, a wellspring of peace, a refuge from the storms of life. In a hyper-scheduled world, unscheduled time feels threatening. We rush to fill every empty block, forgetting that open space is a gift. Unscheduled time is freedom and possibility, a chance to decompress and reflect. It's where we reconnect with ourselves and those we love. An empty afternoon is a sanctuary, not a void. It invites spontaneity, pleasure, and self-care. These moments recharge us, allowing us to return to life with clarity and purpose. Unscheduled time deepens relationships and builds memories. The best parts of life happen in the spaces in between. Protect your unscheduled time. Cherish it as vital nourishment. In these quiet spaces, we find the time to live more deeply and joyfully. Our lives aren't defined by noise or busyness, but by the quality of our attention. Depth begins in the quiet, when we turn toward boredom instead of running. Stillness isn't an escape, it's deeper engagement with life. Embrace the pauses, the waiting, the long, quiet afternoons. These are invitations to listen to your own intuition. Your most important truths and creative ideas whisper in the silence. Let boredom be your teacher, guiding you back to yourself. The greatest adventures are found in quiet exploration of your inner world. Stillness is a destination, a sanctuary, and the ground for new growth. Next time you have nothing to do, resist filling the space. Breathe, look, listen, and let the discomfort pass. In this quiet, you stand at a threshold of possibility. This is where your true story begins.